Hello, my name is Henrik Lewis and I am preparing to open a brewery. I'm currently pursuing a degree in business and I have been practicing making beer for years now. This is my first full video on a batch of beer. I will be showing the brewing process for my own recipe named the Crulew Brulew. Secret recipes from my own information. I will be making this video assuming that you don't already know how to brew beer, so I will explain in terms of processes that are shown. To start off, this is my brewing pot. In the bottom is a mesh strainer called a bazooka tube. This way I can drain the pot while leaving my barley behind. And about that is there are multiple methods of brewing beer, such as extract brewing, which is mixing barley syrup and water for your product, or all grain brewing, which is buying the actual barley and essentially steeping it in water like tea. This steeping is called mashing, and is why I have the bazooka tube installed in the pot, so you can drain the water without having the grains spill out. Mashing takes place at a particular temperature range of about 145 degrees to about 160 degrees. And I use the lower end of this range for IPA, which is what I'm making here. I heat up the water to the higher end of the range for the strike temperature, which is the temperature at which you add the grain. When you add the grain, the overall temperature decreases, which is why we have a strike temperature in the first place. This photo displays my approximate strike temperature. This clip shows me mixing grains in the water after I add them at the strike temperature. Mixing not only helps to expose kernels of barley to water more efficiently, but it also helps break up any dough balls, which is collections of barley that is clumped together. This clip here is of me pouring off the wort, or unfermented beer, from the grains. The next step is to sparge the grains, which means to pour clean water over it to wash out any beer that has been trapped in the grains, because you can't just let any of that go to waste. The color of the wort, the unfermented beer, lightens up after sparging because you add more water, so this color here is not final. After mashing and sparging, you add the wort back to the pot in order to boil it. Boiling not only sterilizes the wort, but it also allows us to add the hops. Here we can see the wort boiling in the pot, and I have here a dish of undisclosed amounts of Cascade hops that I add for bittering at the start of the boil. I can't just give away my secret recipe. Along with these Cascade hops for bittering, I add Mosaic and Citra hops for flavor and aroma. These hops go in later in the boil to act as flavor and aroma hops rather than bittering hops. The longer hops boil, the more bitter they become. So, you add the Cascade hops at the start for bittering, and the other one, Mosaic and Citra, later. These later hop additions are intended to impart a fruity flavor and smell, as Citra hops have a citrusy quality and Mosaic hops have a fruity and floral quality. After the wort has been boiling for at least an hour, I use my special copper wort chiller to cool it down. Then I transfer it to the brew bucket and add yeast. Then I close it off and put on an airlock, a piece of plastic filled with water that allows gases to escape without letting air in. You can't let gases in because everything must remain as clean as possible after boiling, but you need to let carbon dioxide and other gases produced let out or it'll explode. Any foreign bacteria or fungus enters a wort will cause spoilage, and that's why we have the airlock to keep it clean. That just about does it for the first video for this batch of beer. I will be following up with more videos throughout the process to show the other parts of brewing. I'll see you in the next video.